March 8th, 2014. A passenger plane carrying 239 people takes off into the night. Everything appears normal. The weather is clear. The aircraft is modern. The pilots are experienced. But less than an hour later, the plane simply vanishes. No distress call. No explosion detected. No confirmed crash site. Radar screens go dark, and the aircraft disappears into one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. For the next decade, investigators would search thousands of square miles of ocean. Satellites would track faint signals. Theories would spread across the world. Hijacking, pilot suicide, mechanical failure, even darker possibilities. But the question still remains. What really happened to Flight 370? Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 departed from Kuala Lumpur International Airport shortly after midnight. Its destination was Beijing. The aircraft was a Boeing 777, one of the safest planes ever built. On board were 227 passengers, 12 crew members, families, business travelers, students. For the first 38 minutes, everything went exactly as planned. The plane climbed to cruising altitude. The crew communicated normally with air traffic control. Then came the final message. Good night, Malaysian 370. Seconds later, the aircraft disappeared from radar. At first, controllers believed the plane had simply entered Vietnamese airspace. But Vietnamese controllers never saw the aircraft. Radar operators soon realized something was wrong. Flight 370 had not only vanished, it had turned around. Military radar later revealed the plane made a sharp westward turn. It flew back across Malaysia, then continued northwest toward the Andaman Sea. And then it vanished again. No radio, no emergency signal, just silence. Days later, investigators discovered something strange. Although the aircraft stopped communicating with radar, it continued sending satellite pings. These automated signals were sent every hour. They didn't reveal the plane's exact position, but they gave investigators a clue. The aircraft continued flying for over 6 hours after disappearing, which meant one thing. Someone or something was still controlling the plane. Using satellite data, experts traced two possible paths. One north towards Central Asia, the other south into the vast Indian Ocean. Eventually, investigators concluded the southern path was most likely, which meant the plane had flown into one of the most remote regions on Earth. The search operation became the largest in aviation history. More than 26 countries joined the effort, all scanning the ocean floor. Satellite companies analyzed millions of images looking for floating debris. Weeks passed, then months, but no wreckage appeared, until more than a year later. In 2015, debris washed ashore on a remote island in the Indian Ocean. Investigators confirmed it came from Flight 370. More debris would eventually appear on coastlines in Africa and nearby islands. But the main wreckage, the fuselage, the black boxes, was never found. Without the wreckage, investigators were left with theories. And each theory raises troubling questions. Theory 1, pilot suicide. Some experts believe the captain deliberately diverted the plane. He may have depressurized the cabin, rendering passengers unconscious, then flown the aircraft until it ran out of fuel. But investigators found no clear evidence of this. Theory 2, hijacking. Another possibility is that someone on board seized control. However, no group ever claimed responsibility, and no political motive was discovered. Theory 3, mechanical failure. Some suggest a fire or electrical failure knocked out communications, but that doesn't explain the deliberate turn back across Malaysia. Theory 4, unknown events. There are also more speculative ideas: cyber interference, government secrecy, or undiscovered technical failures. But none of these theories have been proven. Modern aircraft are designed to be traceable. Flight recorders, satellite communications, emergency beacons. Yet Flight 370 disappeared despite all these systems. Experts say the mystery highlights a major weakness in aviation tracking. At the time, planes flying over oceans could travel for hours without radar coverage. Today, new satellite tracking systems are being implemented worldwide, ensuring aircraft positions are continuously monitored. But those changes came too late for Flight 370. For the families of the 239 people on board, the mystery is deeply personal. Many still search for answers. Without wreckage, without confirmed cause, without closure, some continue to believe the plane may still be discovered, somewhere on the ocean floor, waiting to reveal the truth. More than a decade later, the disappearance of Flight 370 remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in modern aviation. A fully functioning aircraft, 239 people, vanishing into the night. And a question the world still asks: how can a plane this large simply disappear?